This is my easiest method to paint car parts. This is like what I do. The bell housing on this was very grimy on the inside especially, and I wanted to get that off because just in case grease gets on the clutch. But I decided to clean the whole thing, and I said, why not just paint it? But this doesn't take a lot of time because I do it in certain steps. And the cheapest stuff I found, if you use plain old diesel fuel that's in a coffee can with a brush or a wire scraper, and you get off all the main grease. Then after that, you use some of this stuff called Awesome that's in there with regular dish soap. Awesome. I know people use oven cleaner, but I like this stuff better, to tell you the truth, because it's right at the dollar store, and it seems like you get a lot more of it for the money. Plus, the stuff literally does work like Awesome. Then I'll clean off that, the rest of it with the brush, with that. And then what I do is I get the pressure washer. This is a really old pressure washer, and actually I think it's like the electric interrupt switch broke on it. I just have it plugged into a extension cord, but the extension cord is into two surge protectors, and the cord is way far away. I've had this thing probably for at least 15 years, man. Don't use it every day, but I do use it off and on quite, here and there quite a bit. So I pressure wash the crap out of it. Then I spray a little more of Awesome on it, go over with a brush, and pressure wash the crap out of it. Basically with this Awesome cleaner and soap and pressure washing it, it does get degreased. Now, here's another trick to speed up the time. Of course, if you're using this on a car, you're not going to use a leaf blower. You're going to use an air compressor to blow off everything with a filter. But I use a leaf blower because it's a car part. It's not. I don't care if it's got dust in the paint. For crying out loud, I just want the paint to stick. So I use a leaf blower to blow off all the water. Okay. Then I might go over it. If I see dirt again, I'll spray it down with a little bit of this stuff, and then I'll hit it with the pressure washer again. But it's a fast process. It goes quick. Then when I start painting it, what I do is I put a light coat on it. Then I'll use the leaf blower again. And I know this is not, you don't do this with automotive work. You don't use a leaf blower to dry the paint. I mean, this is a car part. But just to get that fast dry enamel, the coat dried a lot quicker. So then I put a few coats on it, because actually when you use this engine paint, it's, I don't know, maybe you're supposed to have it primed and stuff, but whatever. I just figured I'd paint something, because every time I take something apart, I like to paint something to show, hey, I did that. I don't know what it is, something about that. But also it's nice and easy when you put it back in. Your hands don't get so freaking dirty or nothing. It makes it easier to install it for somehow reason. But then I use a few coats of the Chevy orange red, or orange, whatever you call that, Chevy orange, and I use the leaf blower in between each coats to dry it up so you don't get any runs. So you get quite a bit of paint on it, and you don't have to sit here all freaking day waiting for a coat to dry or something like that. And you can actually use the part a lot quicker. Now it's a little bit overcast out here today, and if this was out in the sun, this part would bake dry and probably real quick. But I'm probably going to put it underneath in the bed of the El Camino there and let it dry for a few hours while I try to locate a rear transmission seal I might have in the shed here someplace and replace that. But I wanted to put that, I've done this with all the car parts. If you want to clean the engine, I'll use the Awesome cleaner, which is plain soap, and this I also have I didn't hook it up to the hot water, but I also have a hot water outlet coming outside the side of the house with some T-fittings. I can hook it up. I can hook this up to the hot water, and I got my hot water up pretty damn high, and it works almost like a steam cleaner. Man, this thing, when you hook this up to the hot water, it really does clean a lot. But like I said, after you clean it, you want to see if you missed. It's hard to see if you missed an area when everything's wet. That's why I use the leaf blower. And like I said, this is not for painting a car on the outside. You don't freaking dry off a car with a leaf blower unless Maybe you make some kind of special filters for it or something, so you're blowing clean air on it. Maybe you could do that, but you don't do that for a car, like a car paint. You could do this for car parts. But the same thing, any car part, the engine or something, you want to clean the top of the half of the engine off. You want to paint it. Same method. Use the awesome cleaner with soap. Don't get that special gunk stuff and all that stuff is a ripoff. Use and if you can hook up your hot water to this pressure washer, that's even better. Boy, that cleans it like crazy. Go over it a few times, and then use the leaf blower in between. Dry it off just to see if you missed a spot. Go over it a couple times, and then when you paint it, like I said, use the first coat. Use the leaf blower. Dry the first coat. Don't put a thick coat on. Just get a coat on there that's like a coat that sticks, really sticks. And then you can build up a few coats a lot faster. It's like sort of like when they got in the body shops. They got ways to, bake the paint on a lot faster. Sometimes some of these places do, or they used to have it with the old enamel, but I don't know what they got now. Probably they don't do that stuff anymore. But this is just plain enamel paint. But that's that's how I do stuff. It's a lot quicker. Here's my Onyx. Onyx, my faithful mechanic assistant. What are you doing, buddy? See, he's black and that's orange. That's the Harley Davidson colors, right? Black and orange and black, whatever you want to call it. You look like a sort of like Halloween here, some orange and a black cat. So, right? He's a sweetheart. But I don't literally when I do it this way, it takes a tiny fraction of the time, unless you've got one of them things. This actually works faster than those things where you got the cleaning station with the solvent. This actually works faster and better, to tell you the truth, I think. Because I think the last time I pulled this out back in 1992 or 93, I painted it blue. And I'll tell you what, when I was in the auto hobby shop at Camp Pendleton with a lift, and it was like a gazillion times, and plus I didn't have to drag out my air compressor to get out bolts and stuff. It was like way faster. I was in and out of there in the same day for sure. I know that. I think it took me a half a day. This is well, I guess it's because I'm doing videos in between, and I'm also I bought some stainless steel bolts to replace some of that rusty crap on a cross member that I was having a hard time with, because I was trying to take them out without breaking them. And I says, I'm gonna just went down to Lowe's. I got some stainless steel bolts to replace them. That all adds up. So if I ever have to do this job again, because I'm going up hills and I'm pulling a cannon or something, it's gonna go pretty damn quick. So the next time if I have to do it again, I'll probably put a heavier clutch. And by the way, notice that there's a little ball here on a stud ball. You can replace that right here. I'm going to do is just inject some grease right in here to make sure that's okay. And this just slides out. We'll change that out. Yeah, this is already dry. See that? I just did this right before I turned the camera on. It's already dry. That's because I used the leaf blower on it. I mean, it dries pretty quick, but it doesn't dry that damn quick. That leaf blower, I used this when I was painting the wheels on this car. Like these are dirty from the disc brakes. Painted these wheels years ago. See, still good. Still good. So, it's a great method. Can't beat it, man. Efficiency plus.